Okay, legs up the wall or up the bed or up the chair or any sort of way that you can turn yourself upside down in a more grounded space. So a lot of times the beginning of my practice for me, that looks like just sort of rolling my legs up the little footstool here and just inviting a slowing down. And a lot of times when the moon is almost full, which we are just a couple of days away from the full moon, it does feel like things go faster, right? There's more light, there's more energy, there's more soma, and there's definitely some activation all around us. And yet we are coming into an earth moon. And the earth moons are the yin principles. So it's slowing down, it's tuning in, it's digestion, it's grounding, it's foundation, it's root. So for me, taking the legs up is one of the fastest ways to connect to that principle. Because when we go upside down, it sends a very quick signal to our nervous system that we are not being chased, right? So we can start to slow down. So allow your body to settle, to get heavy. Begin to feel into your flesh and into your bones. Cardinal Earth rules the bones. This full moon is basically the halfway point of the lunar calendar here, because we start the year with the Capricorn Earth new moon, and now we're halfway through. So it is this pause and ground and reflect. The steps you've taken in this year so far, and the steps you still want to take in the lunar cycles ahead. But right now we pause, we move into the bones. We remember that our bones are here to protect, to support, and we give ourselves permission to let go. We've been in a cardinal water cycle. This lunar cycle is cardinal water, right? Starting with the new moon a couple weeks ago. And that has a lot to do with nurturance and caring and emotion and family and home and safety. And so that's all been getting stirred up. And now we come into the support, the structure. So the bones and the fluid body. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fill your body up, hold at the top. And then with an open mouth, exhale, empty everything out. And can you settle into your pelvis as you exhale? And then again, take a deep breath in, fill yourself up, and you can experience the expansion of the body as you hold. That's the full moon point. And then open mouth, exhale into the pelvis, into the tailbone, into the bones. Again, deep breath in, fill yourself up, let everything expand, pause, connect to that brightening, that lengthening of the moon. And then open mouth, exhale everything out. Drop into the pelvis, into the tailbone, into the root. And then just let yourself breathe or be breathed here. Allow the breath to just move through the body. And maybe notice the swirl of thoughts that are in you and around you. Maybe the sensations and the muscles, the nerves, the emotions. And imagine them just sort of coming in and drawing down. As though you could draw all these thoughts and emotions and sensations in through the third eye and then back into the skull and then down, down, down to the tailbone, out into the earth. This is a full moon that is very much the wisdom of the elder, the structure, the foundation. the chop wood, carry water kind of vibe. When things get too much emotion, too much thought, too much spirit, even, we drop into the bones. We get back to the basics. What is your foundation? What is your structure? What brings you safety and support? And how can we ground into that to then open to receive the wisdom? Settling down into the bones, into the tailbone, into your feet, into your hands, into your skull, the ribs. For a moment, just sense the skeleton that is alive in your body. Feel gratitude for your bones that carry you around. Take another deep breath in. Fill all the way up. Hold the breath at the top. Open mouth, exhale everything out. Lengthen your tailbone down. Can you imagine just letting go of everything else, all the thoughts, all the emotions, all the sensations swirling around? Let them all move out through the tailbone. Back into a natural breath. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug, a rock. Maybe you feel the shin bones and the femur bones and the intricacy of the knees and the ankles and the feet. As you just release here, and this supports our digestion. And just pause. Often the cardinal earth energy moves slow. It's the slow, steady incline towards the summit. And we are pretty much there, halfway point of the year, the lunar year, the solar year. And honestly, I often have a harder time going down than I do going up. I kind of enjoy the incline. I enjoy feeling my body work. I get a little freaked out going down. Maybe you're the same, maybe you're different, maybe it doesn't matter, up and down, or just you got, what goes up must come down. Go ahead and roll onto one side. Pause in fetal pose for a moment. Again, gratitude for this halfway point. Opportunity to reflect into the wisdom of your foundation, your structure, your support, the boundaries, the safety, so that we can be soft, spacious, fluid, open, receptive, all lunar qualities. Go ahead and lift yourself up, coming to your seat, whatever that looks like for you. Up on your sit bones. And then again, feel that. Feel into the bones, wiggle around a little bit. And notice the more we're on the sit bones, right, the more we lift up through the spine. And we feel the stacking of the skull over the ribs, over the pelvis. These protective caverns of our most precious treasures, right? The brain, the lungs, the heart, the reproductive organs. Place a hand to your heart, a hand to your belly, and that deep gratitude for your body, for your breath. And again, you just still might notice what's swirling around you and in you. Bring it down, bring it into the bones. And we'll chant our lunar mantra. Om Chandraya Namaha. We bow to the moon. You can listen or hum or join me. Inhale. Om Chandraya Namaha. Slide your hands down to your shins. Again, feel the shin bones. Get a good grip here as you inhale, draw your chest forward for seated cow, and then exhale, round back, seated cat. Find that familiar flow with your breath pattern. As you just feel the body. So there can be a tendency, right, to move the energy up. And we often do that even with the chakras, right? We move from the root to the crown. And that is considered liberation, right? We're liberating when we put a move the energy up. But right now, we want to draw the energy down. That's the path of manifestation. That's the rooting. So it can be tricky with the full moon above and a lot of the other static around us because it wants to pull us up and out. But this moon asks us to draw down, to root down into the bones, and the bones, they secure us. And so just notice as you breathe, if you can pull the energy down, pull the thoughts down, pull the emotions down. Doesn't get rid of them, it just sort of grounds them out. It releases what we don't need, what's not ours. One of the challenges with cardinal water is that we take on the care of others, right? It's the caretaker, the mother energy. We take that on, and that can be helpful, but we also have to ground it out for our own safety, our own health, our own sanity. Round back into that seated cat, hold for a moment, and again, ground it back here so the weight is shifting into the pelvis, into the tailbone as we arch back. Can you feel that? Can you pull down? What are the thoughts? What are the worries? What are the tensions, the fears, the anxieties? Pull them down, down into the tailbone. And then draw yourself up, lengthen, flex your feet. Lift up out of your sit bones, walk your hands forward, and just feel into the hips, into the legs, into the back. You can stay lifted. You can also use props here. You might feel comfortable walking out. It's pretty warm here. It tends to be a little easier to get into the stretching when it's warm out. But again, be protective of your body. Don't go too far. When we flex the feet, right, we're engaging the big muscles that then hug to the bone. And that's sometimes a cue in asana, right? Like we hug the muscles to the bone. Take another breath in. Exhale it out. Everything moves down. And then we walk it up. We switch the cross of the legs. Again, we rock up onto the sit bones, sitting up tall, lengthening, and then just roll your shoulders. So this formula in the body, right, to have the bones, the joints around the fluid parts of the body, the fluid body, the organ body, right, the lubrication through the joints. We feel the crackling, the popping of the joints, and then we add that water energy that is needed. Earth and water are the elements that we are focusing on with this full moon. Reverse the direction. Where earth begins, where water begins, the primordial mother and the primordial father archetypes, the mountain and the sea. And we do need both in our bodies, in our lives. Draw the shoulders down, lengthen through your fingertips into the earth. Press the fingertips down, lengthen up out of the hips, out of the pelvis. And then drop just your chin to your chest. Everything else stays lifted. And then roll the left ear to the left shoulder. Keep pressing your fingertips down. Draw your shoulders down, your sit bones down. Relax your jaw. And then bring the head back towards center as the right ear comes down. Draw the shoulder blades onto your back. Press through the fingers, through the sits bones. So we open up the muscles of the neck. Feel the weight of the skull. And then roll that head forward and just let the chin tuck. Heavy skull, heavy brain. And then lengthen it back up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands forward again. Just feel that other side of the hip, or if you're not cross-legged, just again, that grounding sensation of moving down and out as we forward fold. Forward folds traditionally are very calming for the nervous system, very soothing, very helping us to turn inward, to let go. And then bring it up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, side bend right, left arm overhead, or it can stay down by the hip. Just pause. And then inhale, bring it up. Exhale to the left. Pause. Inhale, bring it up. You can side bend again, or this time we'll twist to the right. So if twisting isn't comfortable, you're twisting, you can look to the right or look to the left. Again, use the hands, the thighs, get that twist through the spine. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend again, or coming into the twist on the left side, roll the shoulders back, head to the left or the right. Ground through your hips, through your legs. And then inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Stretch your legs out. Give them a shake. You can shake them out a lot here. You can also bend your knees and rock your hips if that feels better to have the knees bent, or they can be straight as you rock them out. And then slowly go ahead and make your way up to standing. Tadasana, mountain pose. Very appropriate pose for this full moon. Feel your feet under your hips with your toes pointing forward. Your tailbone tucks in as the belly draws back. The shoulders roll down and back, palms slightly out, chin is parallel. Gentle lift through the crown and then that root through the tailbone. And again, just sense the static, the frenetic energy around. Pull it in, and then pull it down. Soften your knees. Soften your face. Feel the feet. Lift your toes. And then inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, knees stay soft, toes can stay lifted. Inhale up halfway, hands to the shins, the thighs, or a block. Exhale back. Inhale, circle the arms up, reach, and pull it back down. Again, like that, ground through the feet, soft knees, lift the toes, inhale, circle. Exhale, swan dive, bow in. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach it up, lift. Hands to heart. Good, knees stay soft, lift the toes. Inhale, circle. Exhale, forward fold. This time, hold here. You can lower the toes or keep them lifted. Feel into the legs. Rock your hips. The energy continues to move down and out, into the feet, into the earth. And hands to shins. Inhale, lengthen up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach it up, lengthen. Hands to heart. Bend the knees, sit into the hips. Keep your hands to your heart or reach your arms up, Utkatasana and chair pose. And this can be a very small seat. As you bend the knees, sit back, lift the heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold down, knees soft. Inhale, lengthen, step the right leg back, drop the foot at 45 degrees, square the hips, circle up warrior one. As an alternative, you can come into crescent if it doesn't feel comfortable for the back knee to have the back foot down. Arms can reach up or hands to heart. So feel the strength in warrior one. This is strengthening the bones, weight bearing in the bones. Very important actually as our bodies continue to evolve, to have that weight into the bones, weight bearing. The left knee is over the ankle, the tailbone is long. Everything is still drawing down and out. Take another breath. Exhale, hands down, step up, fold in. Take a breath, wiggle it out. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold, left leg steps back, warrior number one or crescent pose, depending on your body. Arms can circle up or keep the arms lower, right? If there's too much energy around, having the arms up might not feel good, or it might feel more grounding because now you can add more weight when the arms are up, right? We have to root down to support the lift in the arms, or we just focus on that. Take another breath. Exhale, release, hands down, step up, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, come back to your chair, arms up or hands to heart. Breathe as you sit back into your hips. Inhale, push yourself up, reach up. Exhale, right arm down, left arm overhead. Pause. Inhale up. Exhale, left arm down, right arm down. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause. Notice what's changing in the energy. Are you getting more activated or more grounded? It's not a trick question. There's not a right or wrong. Both can be happening. Pull the energy down into the pelvis, into the feet. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, sit back into your chair. Drop into your hips. Lift the heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold, soft knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, warrior one or crescent. Stretch up into your pose. Squeeze your legs, ground through your feet, even lift the toes up, lengthen through the tailbone. Roll your shoulders down, take another inhale. Exhale, hands come down, look up, step up, and fold. Take a breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, warrior one or crescent. Feel free to change your mind with the arms. Explore, but squeeze the legs. Press down through your feet, lift through your toes. Tailbone gets long, it hugs in and gets long, right? Muscles to bones. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, look up, step up. Take a breath. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knees deep, sweep the arms up, pause in your chair pose. Make sure you can see your toes, sit back into your hips. And then bring it all the way up. Side bend to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down. Pause, notice, draw the energy in, draw it down, draw it out. We'll do that one more time. Bend the knees deep, sweep the arms up. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior one or crescent. Inhale, hold. Exhale here. Inhale, squeeze it all in. Exhale, hands down, look up, step up, fold. Take a breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left leg back, Vera A or crescent lunge. Squeeze. root. Inhale, exhale, hands down, look up, step up, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees deep, sweep the arms up, hold here or hands to heart. Lift the toes, squeeze the legs, pull the belly in. Inhale, press up. Exhale, right hand to left wrist. Pull up and over into the side bend. Hold, roll the shoulders down. Press through your feet. Inhale, bring it up. Left hand to the right wrist. Pull up and over. Press the hips to the right. Ground through your feet. Roll the shoulders back. Soften your face. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Tadasana, mountain. Deep breath in. Hold the breath. Exhale it out. Feel it move out down through the pelvis, the tailbone, the feet. Shift the weight into the left leg. Feel free to come to a wall. Use support. Rotate the right foot for tree. You can also just draw the knee to chest. And the foot can come to the ankle, the shin, calf, thigh. Again, you might keep your hands low here and just focus on the balance in the hip opener. Otherwise, hands to the hips, to the heart. Maybe you're reaching up. It's okay if you lose your balance. That's how we develop stronger core stabilization, right? When we fall safely, right, we again build that protection. And again, weight bearing is so important for the bones. They have to bear weight, appropriate weight. Take another breath. Exhale, gently release. Wiggle it out. Pause in mountain. And then shift the weight into the right leg. Bend the left knee. Maybe rotate or start to draw the leg up. Ankle, calf, or thigh. Hands to the hips or the heart, or reach up. Press into the feet. Squeeze muscle to bone. Hug in. Tailbone comes in and down. Shoulders draw back. Ears draw back. Take another breath. Exhale, release. Wiggle it out. Wiggle it out. Give a little shake through the body. Release that fluid body. Good. And then go ahead and grab a blanket if you have one. If not, you can also roll your mat. But you're going to roll it into a long roll, kind of like a taquito. So one of the longer rolls. Put it towards the top of the mat, but not all the way to the top. Feel free to grab blocks or a chair. Stand on the roll, so the big toe ball mound is at the thickest part, and your heels are still on the ground. The toes lift slightly, the knees are soft. See if you can find that mountain pose here. And then inhale, reach up. Soft knees, lift the toes, heels are grounded, roll down. Keep the knees soft until you come down, and then take your time starting to explore. And you can always keep your hands on blocks or a chair just to keep the spine lifted if that feels better. Really getting into the legs here. And pull the toes back, lengthen the spine, shake out your head. The closer the feet are, sometimes that gets a little bit deeper into the hamstrings and the calves. This is also great for the feet. I find this pose to be very helpful for sleep. It calms the body, opens things up. It's an inversion as well as a forward fold. Very grounding. Maybe you can just enjoy your breath here, but any movement, any adjustments tends to be more intense having that support underneath. Well, not that support, but having the blanket underneath the Big toe ball mound. Move the arch. You can play with your weight shifting back and forward and notice what that does. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Soften your knees, look up, plant your hands. If you're comfortable, step back to a plank, or you can do plank with the knees down, or just stay in Uttanasana. So this is one of the most weight-bearing poses. We get into all of the bone structure here in plank with the knees up or down. Spread the fingers, activate the quads, pull the belly in. Take another inhale. Soft knees, push back, down dog. If down dog is too much, you can also do child's pose. But if you're in down dog, take your feet wide, spread your hands wide. So I want your hands as wide as the mat, your feet as wide as the mat. Knees soft, press down, lift. Another great weight bearing inversion. Take another inhale. Exhale, tabletop position, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. You can also sit down for a moment. Find that cat-cow. Spread the fingers as you drop the belly, open the chest, and round back. Take it slow. And then if it is part of your practice, you can push back to child's pose. You can rest your forehead on the blanket or stack your forearms on the blanket if it's still there. And if child's pose doesn't work, you can lay on your belly, even put the blanket roll underneath your pelvis as you lay on your belly. Inhale, lift up. Push back into downward dog if that's part of your practice, or just pause. And then we'll look forward and we'll step up, come back into that Uttanasana over the blanket. So bring yourself back into that Uttanasana position and see if you can let go a little bit more now. Let the weight come forward or back. Lengthen. And then look forward, step forward. Take your feet as wide as the blanket. Let your heels stay on the blanket. And then you can bend your knees and come down into squat. If squat doesn't work for you, you can also just bring your butt down onto the blanket and place the feet down, or you can grab a block or just stay in Uttanasana. And in Malasana, squeeze the legs, lift the chest. Sometimes having the blanket under the heels makes this feel a little bit better on the knees, but depends on the body. Lengthen the tailbone, open your heart. We're going to take 3 lion's breaths here, just again to move that energy out. Take a deep breath in. Stick out the tongue. Inhale. And then exhale, guide yourself back, off the blanket, soles of the feet together. Rock up on your sits bones. Let the heels move comfortable distance from your pelvis so that you can sit up tall. So again, feel the skull over the ribs, over the pelvis. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, start to walk forward. And you can hold on to your feet. You can let your elbows come into your thighs. You can also grab a block or a bolster and bring it underneath the head. I like to rest it on my feet and then place my head down. Again, very soothing, very grounding, calming, cooling. And I find the block under the head is also really good with the moving the thoughts from out to down. And slow down your breath. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. And slowly roll it up. Pull the knees in. Shift forward on your mat. Grab your block, put it between your thighs as you roll down. And place the feet down, the block between the thighs. The knees are over the ankles. Arms down, squeeze the block as you lift your hips up. And you can come down and up a few times, or we'll just hold here. Squeeze the block, press through your feet. Relax your jaw. You can also always take a supported bridge so you can flow. You can do supported, or we're going to hold here. Squeeze the block as we lift the hips. There's a gentle engagement of the glutes. Heart open, but nothing too crazy. We don't want to do a lot of heart opening around the full moon just because that tends to activate us even more. But supported heart openers or gentle heart openers are nice. Bridge is very balancing. Take another big inhale. As you exhale, lower down. Just pause, press your tailbone down, even exaggerate that arch as you press the tailbone down. Roll your head side to side. And then we'll do that one more time. So active bridge, flowing bridge, or just holding bridge. Draw the shoulders on the back, press your feet down, squeeze your block, lift up. You might work your arms underneath you a little bit more. Again, whole body here. Press through the feet, slight lift of the toes even. Squeeze that block. Squeeze the glutes, draw the belly in, chin away from the chest. Hold and breathe. You might feel some shaking, that energy moving through the body. Feel it moving down, down into the feet, down through the tailbone. Take another big, big inhale. Exhale, roll it down. Again, exaggerate that arch. Counter pose here. Maybe stretch your arms as you arch. And then come to neutral. Release the block, separate the feet mat distance, roll the knees to the right, head to the left. If that's not comfortable, you can just hug the right knee into the chest and breathe there. You can also stack the right foot over the left thigh for a little more here in the windshield wiper. Everything moving down and out. And slowly switching sides. So knees roll over to the left, or you're going to hug the left knee in. You're in windshield wiper. The left foot can rest on the right thigh. And shoulders draw down. Slowly release. Come back to center. Hug your knees in. Gentle rock or circle here. If you do circle, make sure you go both ways. And for a moment, place your feet down. Just let the knees knock together. Rest your hands on your belly, and you can connect your thumb and index finger pointing down if that's okay. If that's not comfortable, and just let the hands rest here. And just feel the weight. Close your eyes. And you settle everything to the back of the skull. Let your eyes drop back, your brain drop back. Relax the mouth. Just let everything settle to the back of the skull. And then down the spine, into the shoulder blades, into the elbows, into the tailbone, and your feet. Let everything pull towards the tailbone, from the feet to the tailbone, from the back of the skull and the shoulder blades to the tailbone. And feel it moving down, down into the earth. Coming back to the basic, to the foundation, to be one step at a time, or simply standing still and observing. Where have you gotten these first 6 months of this solar lunar year? Where are you going as we move through the rest? And maybe you don't know. Maybe you're just pausing and enjoying the view, observing where you've been, and maybe you haven't picked the path forward yet, or maybe you know exactly. Let your bones hold you and protect you so the fluid body can continue to adjust, cleanse, create. Just let your whole system slow down into the stability of the bones, of the structure, carries us around. And you can stay like this. This is a very basic resting posture. You can stretch your legs out for traditional Shavasana, maybe grabbing a pillow or a bolster. If you'd like to, you can come back into a legs up the wall or Supta Baddha Konasana, but this is a lunation that also is very appropriate for traditional corpse pose, which is essentially, mountain pose on your back, relaxed. The hands and feet drop open. And again, the weight moves down and out. But add any comfort that feels good. Let yourself be held by the earth, held by the bones. And this power and protection around our vital organs. Let yourself release a few sighs. Maybe you can imagine that moon above you, and again, any energy around you, but let it draw down. Draw down into the tailbone, into the earth. Letting our earth bodies receive all the support, all the stability that we need right now. So much out of our control, so much happening around us, outside of us. And yet, the practices of the lunar cycle, the practices of Hatha Yoga, they teach us that, all we can really control is our response. And yeah, as humans, as animals, we have responses that are hard to control. They are involuntary. And yet we have learned. We have learned how to slow the breath. We have learned how to shift the nervous system, how to open the body when needed, and release and stretch and strengthen, how to make space. And so we rely on that. We rely on that ability to choose our reactions. We can't control our thoughts, our emotions, our sensations. And often when we try, it creates anxiety, it creates stress because we're repressing, we're not processing. And yet, when we carve out these times, and ideally we give ourselves them throughout the day to let it come in and let it move out. We put our feet on the earth, we feel the sun or the moon, we notice the trees and the birds and the plants. We track the cycles, the length of the day, the size of the moon. The lunar cycles teach us to be present, that there is a waxing and a waning, a light and a dark, full and an empty. This moon speaks of the vulnerability and the stability. And it's hard to be vulnerable without stability. This whole cycle, cardinal water, is that soft spot, the belly, the chest. And yet these areas also have powerful protection. And so we find the balance, the opposition, earth and water, bones and fluid, organ. Everything move down and out. Rest into your bones. Let yourself be breathed. Just a few minutes. And you can continue to rest here or begin to deepen your breath. You feel the pause at the top of the inhale and that exhale bringing you down into the pelvis, into the tailbone. You can invite movement back. Take your time. Wiggle, shift. Maybe slowly make your way to sit comfortably up on the sit bones. Hand to heart, hand to belly. And we'll actually finish with the earth seed tonight, just to make sure we're good and grounded coming into this full moon. So the seed sound for the earth chakra is Lam, Lam. And you can tone it 3 times with me, just like we usually do with the Om. That first one for you. The second one is an offering to others, and the final in gratitude to our Mother Earth and Grandmother Moon. You can also just hum or listen or do any other sound that resonates. Otherwise, go ahead and inhale. Draw the hands towards heart, rub your palms, inhale. Exhale, left hand left, palm up, right hand right, palm down. Take a final shared full moon breath, big breath in, fill up, lift, hold, open mouth, exhale, hands to the earth, and we bow. Om Chandraya Namaha. Many blessings. Have a great rest of your full moon week, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.